Here's the black pearl, sitting at a nice 21 degrees. Only problem is this is in a cupboard with ironing, and I've noticed the cupboard does smell a little bit, and I'm not sure if that's going to cause problems and it's going to make the washing smell, but we'll have to wait and see. Right, welcome to the brew shed. This is where I brew, not at my house, but at my mum's house in her garage. That's the fermentation fridge, the temp controller. Several bottles and barrels and whatnot. Obviously still my mum's garage as well, it's all got other stuff that ain't mine. Loads of bottles. Some full down there. Over here. A couple of more bottles. Drawers with various bits that I still can't set up because I don't have my own house or my own garage. Got a couple of cornies sitting in there waiting to be used one day. Some CO2. Got a freebie boiler which might be used as a hot liquor tank at some point. Fridge has already been drilled out. I have the taps, they all fit, so it's all ready to go. But again, I can't exactly have it in my flat, otherwise I think I'll be kicked out. Got some more bottles, several stuff waiting to be drunk. Also got given a flash chiller not long ago. That's down here. It does work, but again, can't really have it set up at home or anything. It will get put into use as soon as I do have my own garage. What else we got? There's a couple more cornies over here, hidden under there. I do have electric in here, but it is been installed by a novice, I would say. I don't know. I mean, the cable that comes in is like armoured cable, but in here there's one socket there and one over there, but they're all wired into one socket into the house. And at the moment that's running my fermentation fridge and a fridge freezer that's in here. And when I went to test that boiler, as soon as I flipped the switch, it blew everything. Well, I thought it had blown everything, but it just blown the fuse in the plug. So I'm thinking I won't actually be able to run any boilers down here unless I get the electric sorted out properly by someone who actually knows what they're doing. So it might be an extension cable from the front of the house at this point, but I'll probably brew by the back door. Right, I've just finished brewing up the Pilgrim's Hope, the next festival kit that I plan to do. I haven't filmed it because everyone knows how to knock the kits together. The only little tip I had, that because I brew in the house, carrying 25 litres of beer from the house to the garage proved, or was going to prove, an accident, so I came up with the solution of getting a little 10 litre water container, putting basically the malt and the sugars and that into the warm water, then bringing it up with the two of the 10 litre containers, brings it up to the 21 litre mark, and then I've only got to move it from there, from the floor to the fridge. That avoids having an accident of carrying 23 litres of beer that distance, which was just an accident waiting to happen. Also, I don't know, probably most people already do this, I calibrated the fermenting vessel, measured out exactly a litre and weighed the litre on some scales that I knew were accurate, just to basically make sure that it is 21 litres is where I brew it to. It's a short brew, and all the other marks were accurate on this one, but I've got a fermenting vessel at home and they were wildly wrong. So, you know, if you're doing kits and that, you could end up putting too much water into your beer and then ending up with a thinner beer than you wanted to, just because you're relying on what the label already says on the fermenting vessel. Alright, we've got all our water in. We're at about 19.6, so we're going to chuck the yeast in. Gravity on this, don't know if you can see it on this camera. No. There we go, it's really hard to see, but it's sitting at about 1050. Right, let's chuck this yeast in. get our lid on. And that's it, job done. Just remember two other things. If I do get the electric sorted in this garage, I believe this ceiling in here is asbestos. Although I've heard it's not really a problem if it's crumbling now, I just wondered if the condensation from brewing in here, if I was to brew in here come the winter, if it would cause any problems with it. I don't really know that. If anyone does, let me know. Also, one other thing, the not so great thing about not brewing at your own house is not having access to all the beer. Well, maybe it is because I don't drink a lot of it, end up sending it to people and giving most of it away, but I have to come here once a week, twice a week sometimes to fill up a crate and pick from the stocks of beer. But all you other lucky chaps who've just got beer on tap and all your bottles whenever you want, count yourself lucky and think how dedicated I am to this brewing lark just to do that in someone else's house, not my own. I hope your heart bleeds for me.